I feel like we've all been in the car at one point or another, driving responsibly as some other car just goes. Today, I'm going to be ranking some of the worst drivers I've ever seen on this tier list. S tier represents bad drivers who weren't really endangering anyone, it was just kind of funny to watch. Whereas F tier represents the worst of the worst, embodied by the driver in the last story I'm about to tell you. So this one time, I'm driving down the road to Walmart in order to get some triple cheese bagel bites, and I'm hungry, I'm craving those things, but then all of a sudden, this minivan just cuts in front of me from an on-ramp, and he starts driving so slowly. I had to slam on my brakes and then drive at a snail's pace. We're at this for like a minute. I thought, surely he's gonna speed up, but he never did. I tried to get around him, but there were too many cars moving too fast in the other lane for me to do it safely. So my options were, endanger the people around me and try to get over in front of this guy, or just accept my fate and hang out behind him. So that's what I did, because I didn't want to drive recklessly. Now, I would have put this minivan in like C tier, middle of the road, not too good, not too bad, if it weren't for what happened next. We're coming up to a traffic light, and I swear, when we get about 20 feet away from this thing, it changes to yellow. And this minivan in front of me, even though he's practically about to cross the line of the intersection, absolutely slams on his brakes, causing me to do the same and almost running into him. I hit the brakes as hard as I could, and I was able to somehow stop right behind him, just barely not hitting his bumper. I look up, and the light is still yellow, and it stays yellow for like 5 more seconds. And I'm annoyed at this guy, because it probably would have been safer to just go through the light rather than slamming on your brakes. But as I start thinking that, a huge truck zooms through the intersection right in front of us going at top speed. If this guy in front of me hadn't slammed on his brakes, if it were just me driving out here, I without a doubt would have gotten obliterated by that speeding truck, who ran through the intersection, by the way, before our light even turned red. So this minivan may have just saved my life. And for that reason, I'm gonna put bro in A tier, because he's still a bad driver who cut me off, and it's actually more unsafe to slam on your brakes at a yellow light you're about to cross than to just safely go through it, allowing the person behind you enough time to calmly slow to a stop. The truck who ran the red light, however, who would have evaporated my little Honda, goes in E tier. He had zero excuse. His light had to have been red because ours was definitely still yellow. It annoys me because people who drive big trucks like that are probably just sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm in a big fat truck. So since I'm so big and fat, even if I do get in a car wreck, I probably won't even get hurt. So, yeah, E tier. Could have been worse, but also could have, not ran a red light. This next story is just so goofy. I'm driving down the highway, and I see some cars in front of me in the middle and left lane tapping on their brakes a little bit. Nothing crazy, just a little aggressive tap here and there, which is weird when you're driving on the highway. People are getting over into the right lane and passing whatever seems to be going on up there, so I get over and do the same. However, people in the middle and left lane are starting to hit their brakes a little bit harder, quite a bit. And I'm thinking, what on earth could be up there, moving so sporadically that even the people all the way back here are hitting their brakes? I'm inching up in the right lane, and I finally kind of see what's going on. I look over to see the top of a minivan. Of course, absolutely swerving the heck around up there, causing everyone to hit their brakes. I finally get close enough, and now I'm in full view. This minivan is all over the road. Not staying in his lane, swerving around, hitting his brakes, scaring all the cars around it. But then I notice that there's something in the window. I looked a little bit closer to see that their passenger side backseat window is broken. Normally, when people have a broken window in their car, they get it fixed. Or if you can't afford to get it fixed right away, some people use duct tape or cardboard mixed with duct tape in order to plug the hole. These are all reasonable solutions. But this minivan must have thought all those solutions were downright stupid, because this guy, for whatever reason, decided to use a whole suitcase as his temporary window. An entire hard shell suitcase painters taped onto the side of his window. And if you don't believe me, I took a picture. Look at this thing. Just bask in the glow of this ingenuity. But don't bask too hard, because if you look closely, you'll notice one more thing. He ain't got no license plate. This dude is out here with a suitcase for a window, driving in cursive without a license plate. How on earth has he not gotten pulled over yet? D tier. Solid D tier. The suitcase was funny, but dog, you gotta get a license plate. Which brings us to our final story. And I'm gonna save you the trouble of guessing where I'm gonna put this driver on the tier list, because F tier. Instant F tier. Just listen to this. I'm driving down the highway, and there's construction on this one stretch of road, which has been there for like 3 years, by the way. I don't know what they're doing, but it does not seem like they're working. I know, they're probably doing something important like paperwork or getting inspections, but in 3 years, I don't see any progress. But anyway, the main bit of construction is on the other side of the road, which is where I'm about to drive when I'm on my way home. So I get off the highway because I'm picking up my wife Audrey from work, and she gets in the car. I'm asking her how her day was. We're talking, laughing, having a great time, and I start on the return trip home. But while we're driving, this car behind me won't stop slamming on his brakes at the last second every time we hit a light. He is like inches from my bumper every time we stop. We keep driving, but it seems like this guy is just trying everything in his power to get around me at every chance he gets. Which is funny because I'm driving the speed limit. I'm actually driving a little bit faster than the speed limit, but that doesn't seem fast enough for this guy. By, old chap, that poor boy's rear bumper seems to be having an intimate conversation with that Chevrolet Equinox. Quite so, Billingsley. But, I say, what were you yammering on about a dolphin on a paddleboard? No, Barnsworth, you're mistaken. I said a surf shark. It's what this video is sponsored by, and it's a VPN. Preposterous. Sharks can't surf, they don't have knees. And what does this VPN stand for, you say? Voluptuous Pumpernickel Nutter Butter? Quite the opposite, my old man. It stands for Virtual Private Network. I can give it to you for 4 extra months, and it hides your IP address. Oh, well good, because I haven't peed since I stopped drinking sherry after breakfast. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that because it actually keeps websites from tracking your internet address. Say you're traveling abroad, but you want to keep that under wraps. With over 3,200 servers and over 100 locations you could connect to worldwide, Surfshark can make it appear as if you're in Canada. Pish posh, Billingsley. You know I'm allergic to moose. Well, I can't help you there, old chap, but now say we're in Europe. But you wanted to watch a Canadian show on your favorite streaming service. With Surfshark, now you can. Well, alright, but I still hate moose. Barnsworth, please. Surfshark simply encrypts your data and protects you while you're on public Wi-Fi to make your internet presence invisible. Invisible, you say? Like that time I wore beige at the garden center and no one served me for 3 hours? Precisely. Well, why didn't you say so? And I can get 4 extra months? Where do I sign my name? It's quite simple, really. Go to surfshark.com/storyboards. The link in the description will take you right to it. My heavens, how are you doing that? Or you can use code STORYBOARDS at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN on us. Well, I'm going to do that right now. Most exemplary. Worst case, its 30-day money-back guarantee will have you covered. Heavens, I'm simply over the moon. I say, where's that poor boy who was getting chased by that Chevrolet Equinox now? It appears he is over there, turning onto the on-ramp, which takes you back on the highway towards the heavy construction bit. I start turning onto the on-ramp, which takes you back on the highway towards the heavy construction bit. And this stretch of road is notoriously treacherous. And my wife and I both know this by now, so we stop talking and I lock in. We're driving up onto the on-ramp that meets the highway, and lucky for me, it's pretty clear. So as I'm about to, merge, like I'm supposed to because this merge lane eventually ends, the guy behind me speeds up, cuts through the white lines before it's his turn to merge, and gets right in our way. Exactly where I need to go. So I'm like, freaking, why would you zoom like that just to now perfectly match my speed and block me from merging? But I'm like, whatever, I don't care. So I start slowing down so I can merge behind him. And as I'm just about to have room, he hits his brakes and slows down, it seems like, in order to stop me. And I'm like, dude! I look up the road and see an emergency vehicle parked at the end of the lane I'm in because there's heavy construction right behind it. I am running out of time. So if this guy next to me is gonna slow down, I speed up to get in front of him. I don't care where I go at this point, as long as I'm not in the lane I'm currently in. But as I speed up, this guy's apparently like, no, you're not gonna get in front of me. And he speeds up to block me again, perfectly putting himself where I need to merge. I start honking my horn, pleading with him, begging him to let me in. And he does nothing but continue to perfectly match my speed. The emergency vehicle is right up ahead and coming up quick. And it seems like this guy wants us to hit it. He's got 2 entire lanes to himself, but he refuses to back down, perfectly matching whatever I do specifically so I can't get over. So with just seconds left, I slam on my brakes and merge behind this stupid guy, just barely missing the construction vehicle by a few feet. We sigh in relief because we actually could have just died right then and there, going like 60 miles an hour and hitting a stopped vehicle. And it all would have been this guy's fault. Which is funny because all of a sudden, he just starts driving like a normal human being. Like he didn't just almost cause me and my wife to get hospitalized because he didn't want us to merge in front of him. Oh yeah, a lot of time you save there cutting through the white lines just to match my speed and end up 1 car in front of you. I don't know how many tenths of a single second that saved, but boy, he's gonna get where he's going early. I am so ticked at this guy. I get over in the left lane and I pull up right beside him because I have to know what this guy looks like. We pull up right beside him and we look to see just your average, maybe mid-40s guy, and he refuses to look at us. He is actively trying everything in his power to avoid eye contact. Like, dude, you are a full-grown adult. You probably have a family at home. You probably have a retirement fund, but you just don't care. You just didn't want 1 car to pass you. And boy, you certainly saved a lot of time speeding back there because we're definitely not side by side right now. This is insane. I stayed in the lane just to see, and for like 30 straight seconds, this guy is just doing everything he can to avoid eye contact with the 2 people he almost killed. That is pathetic. Eventually, we part ways from the highway, and Audrey and I go home, praising Jesus. It all didn't just end right then and there. So class, does anyone want to break down exactly what the sad middle-aged man here did wrong? Oh, I know. It all started when, for absolutely no reason, he sped out from behind you when it wasn't his turn and then stopped you from merging. Very good. What else? Oh, then for whatever reason, he didn't let you merge behind him because it seemed like he wanted to prove a point. Very true. And how does that reflect his next actions? Oh, me. Then he sped up when you sped up, just because he probably realized he doesn't actually want you in front of him. He just wanted to not let you in because he thought that would get you back for driving responsibly in front of him earlier. Exactly. I think we can all agree that's pretty embarrassing for a fully grown adult with a mortgage to not take responsibility for his actions, huh? Yeah! Oh, and last but not least, he didn't even make eye contact with you after realizing his ego almost made you die. Very good. So what does that mean for this bad driver? All together now.
F tier, F tier, F tier. F tier, F tier, F tier.
That's right. Because he sucks. Mr. Boards, does he suck as bad as the guy that literally hit you with his car? Oh, right.
You mean the video that's on screen right now?
Yeah, that one. Okay, now hold on a second.
I would totally watch that video next if you enjoyed this one.
Me too.
Not before subscribing.
Remember to hit the link in the description to get 4 months of Surfshark. You know what? You make a good point. And thank you everybody so much for watching.